everybody, and welcome to another episode of From What I Gather, where today I'm making the original TV dinner. It's a delicious fish and vegetables steamed in a parchment pouch that's super fast to make, super fun to make, and everyone's gonna love it. So let's get started. Now the first thing we're gonna need for our fish and parchment is a nice big piece of parchment paper. And I've cut out about a 2-foot section of parchment, and now I'm gonna fold it right in half. You get a nice tight crease down here, and then you gotta kind of smooth it down to fight that curl, kind of get that knocked down a little. Now I'm gonna go ahead and cut out a big heart shape out of this, just like you used to do in grade school for Valentine's Day, except this recipe is not going to involve any of the rejection or heartbreak. So just come around here and cut out that big Valentine. Just like so. Ah, isn't that sweet? Now the fish I'm going to be using today is this beautiful smallmouth bass that I caught just the other day. And I'll put a link to the video of me catching these at the end of this video in case you want to check that out. I had the time of my life. But these come out of a really cool river with very clean water, and they're exclusively eating crayfish this time of year, so the meat is really firm, lightly sweet, and just all around delicious. So, let's put this together. The first thing I want to do is take some nice olive oil and drizzle it on my heart, and then just spread that all around. You could use a brush for this, but why bother? It's great for the skin. Ooh. Nice. Just a thin coat of that olive oil all around. It's gonna be great. Now I'm gonna put my fish sort of near the center of this. Make sure I got enough room around the outside to seal it. I'm gonna put in 2 of those little fillets, so 1 whole bass. I'll hit that with some salt, nice black pepper. Now if I wanted to seal this up right now and toss that in my 400-degree oven for about 15 minutes, it would come out great. But the fun part about this technique is that you can put all your ingredients in there and have a whole meal right in one pouch. So I'm gonna start by throwing a little asparagus in there, because asparagus goes really nicely with the fish. I'm going to sprinkle some minced garlic up on there and around there on both. Then how about some of these green olive halves, or some Kalamata olives, really good as well. It's kind of replacing capers. I could use capers, olives, or both. Doesn't really matter. And now some of these little cut cherry tomatoes. If you get those cherry tomatoes that are still on the vine and just plop that whole thing in there, that's a real sexy way to go. Well, let's see, and now I'll add a bit of fresh parsley, of course. And now I could drizzle it with a little more olive oil, but I'm gonna go ahead and put in a nice pat of butter on top of there. Season those veggies a little bit. I think I'll put a little splash of lemon in there just before I close this up. Not very much at all, because this is going to have a lot of juice of its own. I could have also put in about a tablespoon of white wine. That would have been delicious. And now it's time to seal this baby up. Now this is the only part of the recipe that requires any kind of skill. And after you do this once or twice, you'll have it down, no problem. It's very easy to do. So I'm just going to fold the parchment over. And then starting up here at the big end, tuck everything up. I'm gonna just fold that over. So like just a little corner of it, like a little 45-degree angle. And then I'm gonna move about 1 inch. And I'm gonna do that again, overlapping a little bit here, and then pushing that down and creasing it nice and tight. Oh, and we'll continue around fold it up at about a 45-degree angle here, overlapping, and crease it down. Turn, fold, crease, turn, fold, crease, so on and so forth all the way around. And you'll see it just kind of naturally works its way down to this tapered end. That's a good thing. We're gonna leave enough room, a little gap around everything. Don't make it real tight up against there. You needed some air inside of there just for this to steam up nicely. And then we got this nice little tail end here. Do one more fold and crease and tuck that under and crease it real tightly. You want a good seal on this so it gets nice and steamy inside. Now we'll just slide this guy onto a baking sheet, and this is going to go into a 400-degree oven for 15 minutes on this bass. Probably more like 17 minutes if you have a nice thick cut of salmon or halibut. Woo! Alright, that's been 15 minutes in my 400-degree oven, and now I gotta let this rest for at least 5 minutes, maybe a little longer. If you go cutting into there right now, the steam that comes out of there is gonna light you up. Now for the fun part. Let's see how we did. Let's get a little of that fresh bass and some veg. Now that is a delicious bass. Let me try some of that asparagus. Oh, it's perfect. Still just a little crunch in the middle, but perfectly tender. And for me, the real star of this dish is this juice that forms down in the bottom. That stuff is incredibly rich and delicious. You'll want to get like a nice crusty bread or something and soak some of that up. Oh, that is great. Now, the real beauty and fun with this is that you can use whatever fish you like. And you can use whatever vegetables and herbs and spices you like and really customize this. So I guarantee you're gonna love it because you're gonna make it your own. I mean, I would like this with some salmon, some cod, halibut, or how about some nice clams and a nice spicy sausage? Oh man, that sounds good. Oh my! Let's give this one a shot. Oh, clams and sausage? Are you kidding me? It's a classic combo. Oh yeah! Oh man, that's good. Oh, there are few better pairings than a nice fresh clam and a spicy sausage. Just a little hint of wine in there and the garlic. Oh man, that is outstanding. That is outstanding. And that's the beauty of this technique. So I really hope you get a chance to get out there, get your own smallmouth, get your own salmon, get your own clams. But even if you can't, I really hope you try this, and I know you're gonna love it. And if you do, please like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.
I caught you a delicious bass.